Hi everyone, and welcome back to my podcast, Party Chat. So today we have a very special guest with me today. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is AJ, also known as the Gaming Muse on most websites.
Awesome. On most websites. Oh, so you.
Not all the websites.
Hey.
You won't find me.
Yeah.
I
So
have a secret identity.
she's like Batman. She keeps this shit secret.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm the Gaming Muse.
Yeah. So today I've got we're just doing a little interview type segment. I don't even know what to call this. We're doing we're doing this like Eric Andre show. We just do whatever we want.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Yeah. So okay, so what I had hold on, if I can pull up my notes here. There we go. What I have to ask you first is what would go into making a symbolism video?
All right. So the symbolism videos, which I kind of sort of do for a lot of different games now, but they started with Silent Hill. Basically, it started with characters, but it kind of
Yes.
evolved into places and things as well. But I would basically take a concept like a character like Heather, from there sort of think about what's is a feature of the character. Like a name is a really easy place to start, and
Oh,
you'll notice
yes.
a lot of my videos talk about
Yeah.
names. And just sort of fall down the rabbit hole there. Like, what does their name mean? What kind of costume are they wearing? I
Yes.
read a lot of interviews and things from when the games were being made. And I try to look up a lot. Like, I have a bunch of basically dictionaries where you can look up and say, okay, this person has this in their costume or their background. What does that mean in storytelling? That kind of thing.
Yes.
And I just kind of sort of follow the dots.
Yeah, I see. Sorry, I forgot what I was about to say. Anyway, so fuck.
Doing great.
Yeah, I'm doing great. Sorry, I'm still nervous.
All this can be edited.
Yes.
You're fine.
Yeah. I forgot what I was about to say.
We were talking about names.
Yeah, names, I guess. Yeah. So what source would you go to for when it comes to names?
One of the sources I have is actually a baby name book.
Yes.
But it's really hard to find good etymology online that you can trust. Generally, I Google it, and if a lot of websites or Wikipedias agree, I tend to go with it.
Yes.
When I was in college, I actually had access to the Oxford English Dictionary online, which would give you the historical etymology and all this cool info. And now it's not free because I'm not a student, and it's like $400.
Good
So
Lord. Oh.
don't have that anymore.
Yes, I know the feeling. I'm in college right now, paying like putting down like an entire mortgage on one textbook.
Mhm. Yep. Yeah. That's the
Yeah.
one thing I really miss about college.
Yeah.
The free books in the library.
Oh man, the books. And yeah, I've noticed a lot about with the naming and stuff. I really do enjoy how you start off with their names, and then us the viewers like see where that goes.
Yeah, it's fun. I've seen sort of a different reaction. I get people that are like, that doesn't mean anything. And I get people who are like, that's really interesting. You know, it kind of, people either like it or they just think it's dumb. And I'm like, okay, I mean,
Oh yeah, yeah.
watch it.
Because the names aren't just chosen haphazardly. Like a name, like every name has some meaning somehow, which is why said
Mhm.
character is just given a name. Which is why
Yeah.
I find that to be one of the most important segments in your analysis videos.
Thank you. Yeah, sometimes the names might be chosen for a reason that doesn't have to do with the origin, but I think it's still neat to tie it into, like they chose this name because it sounded cute and,
Yes.
oh, it means this, it works out.
Yes.
It's interesting.
uh, okay, so another question I have to ask you is, which video would you say that you had the most fun making?
Ooh. Huh. Well, some of them I might have enjoyed the outcome, but it's hard to say they were fun because, characters like Angela have such a harsh
Oh
background.
yes, yes, definitely Angela.
I think the one I had the most fun making was probably the Halloween special, which was about the magic. I had a lot of fun researching like ancient arcane tomes. And then, funny enough, afterwards, it was revealed to me that I made that video with a concussion. So, yeah, that was interesting.
Hey, got a dedication to your craft. I like it. I mad respect
Well, I
for it.
didn't feel bad until I
Oh.
stopped. I was like, I'm done. And then I laid down to go to bed and I was like, oh no, what's happening?
Oh, no. Oh,
Or through.
yeah. What drew you to Resident Evil and Silent Hill?
Well, Resident Evil was kind of, once I got into Silent Hill, it was like, well, Resident Evil's the other big thing, and I never really played it, so I should try it. Silent Hill was, I don't know, I guess there's something morbid in me. I've always liked out and studying and solving things. When I was a
Yes.
kid, I wouldn't pretend to be a Pokemon trainer. I always pretended to be a Pokemon professor because
Aw.
I was apparently a pretentious child. But I happened to come across a copy, I think, of Silent Hill 3 first. And I just was hooked ever since. I just really love creepy horror that has more to it than just like, not like a Saw movie, you know?
Oh
It's
yeah.
not like Silent Hill has something deeper going on.
Yes. What got me into Silent Hill? This was way back in 2008. What happened was I came across it in a gaming magazine that is no longer around called Game Pro. I think yeah.
Oh man.
Yes. This was the summer I think it was August or July 2008 issue. They were showcasing Silent Hill Homecoming, and I thought the nurse looked really creepy. I was like 8 or 9 years old at the time, so I was like, "Whoa."
Wow.
I know. I was like, "Yo, that looks pretty cool." So then I do more research on the game, and I come across a Let's Play by a YouTuber named Lord Vega. He was doing all of the first 3 Silent Hill games blind. And he no longer makes videos. His last video was like uploaded almost 10 years ago. But since then, I've been hooked to the series. I really enjoyed all the characters as well.
Oh yeah. The writing in the series is a lot better than, I won't say all games, but it's definitely to a higher standard.
Yes. Hold on, I'm going through my notes right now.
Don't worry about it.
Disorganized. So what?
Any pauses and ums and things I cut out of my videos.
Yeah. Yes. What inspired you to keep up with the franchise?
It's really hard to say. When there was a kind of a period there where I didn't get to work on videos as much, and I'm sure you look at the YouTube channel, there's a few years where I posted like one video a year, but I was still writing about it, researching it, writing fanfic. There's just something really at the heart, the concept of the town.
Yes,
You can tell an endless amount of stories with it.
yes,
I just really enjoyed that concept.
I know the idea that like the town turns into this fucked up version of your own personal flaws and stuff, and like with all these monsters in these environments, it's really such a unique concept. Yeah.
It's really fascinating.
Yeah. I just dropped my microphone.
No.
That's the one that's no longer working.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, so before we started recording, my Blue Yeti snowball decided to just die completely.
No, that's what I have.
Yeah.
Don't die, Yeti.
It's done, so I'm using the secondary microphone. Next question. Out of all the Silent Hill games, which one do you consider to be your favorite?
It changes between 4 and Downpour.
My favorite has to be Silent Hill 3, mainly because that was the first.
Yeah.
That was the when I remember that Let's Play channel I talked about. That was the first game I was exposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was probably the first one I played too.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think it's all something of a blur because I was probably like 12 or 13, but I very vividly remember finding it and convincing my mother to buy it while fervently like fingers crossed behind my back, do not look at it, do not read it, do not. Like I got very lucky having a very ADD mother who does not like reading or anything. I got
Uh,
away with getting some stuff that she would not have bought if she had looked at it.
Oh my God! Yes, I. It wasn't too long. It wasn't too long ago that I was finally able to buy M-rated games from GameStop by myself. Like this was in
Mm.
2017. Because from until 2017, I had to drag along my stepbrother or stepsister to the GameStop to get me some games.
I remember that. Hmm.
Yeah. Uh, Hold on. I'm lost in my notes again. Oh, I found it. I found it. Which Silent Hill protagonist is your favorite?
Definitely Henry. I really identified with Henry a lot.
My favorite has to be Harry Mason because of how dedicated he is to getting his own daughter out of that town. What at risk of getting killed by these really weird and fucked up monsters? Because like that's I mean that's what fathers
He
are
is a
there for.
dedicated father.
Yes.
He is a great character. I feel kind of the same way about Henry for a similar reason. Like, he doesn't even know these people, but he's really trying his best to save them.
Yes.
Fucked off and not done
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, here I mean I remember making a joke in the Discord. I don't know if it's still there. I made a joke about how when Lessa walked into the middle of the street, she was thinking in her mind, "I'm about to end this man's whole career."
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, and then I posted the same picture, except I put a little tag on it that said, "When Claudia was about to stab Vincent,
Oh no.
I'm about to end this man's whole career."
Yeah. Oh man.
Well,
Which
she
is
en-
especially funny because Vincent walked in there like, I'm gonna end her career and
he
didn't.
he got his um hold on. What do you think is the biggest difference between Silent Hill and Resident Evil?
I think they have a lot of things in common. The thing that makes them different, and this is a little bit meta, is that Silent Hill has an internal, like, reason for the way that the world is designed
Yes.
that Resident Evil tries to. Like, the mansion in the first game, it's like, oh, they designed a weird mansion because they wanted to, but
Yes.
it's really like out there and it's just an excuse.
Yes, it's just an excuse for you to kill zombies and get jump scared by zombies. Oh man.
Yes, and shove this glass eyeball into a tiger statue because of reasons.
I remember that. Good lord,
Mm,
why?
yeah,
Yeah.
have
Uh,
a lot in common, but that just Silent Hill wins for me just because it makes more sense.
yeah, Silent Hill. The stark difference between Silent Hill and Resident Evil is that Silent Hill is more on the supernatural side. I mean, like,
Mhm.
when's the last time you've seen like a giant monster with this giant 6 foot monster appear in the mall eating on someone?
Yeah. Oh, yesterday actually. Did I say I lived somewhere very very weird? Very
Yeah.
weird mall. Don't go there.
um, and Resident Evil is more sci-fi based. I mean, what was it? In Resident Evil 6, I remember you fought this giant mosquito. I forget which character
Really?
you were playing as. I was only 13 at the time. I forgot what I was either a giant mosquito or some flying creature. I don't remember.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've seen like one cut scene from that game. I haven't played it yet, but I just know that there's a scene where Leon and Chris kind of face off over Ada and everybody's like, Leon, stop being thirsty. She's bad. Stop it.
Yeah. I love Resident Evil 6 for all the wrong
I love it.
reasons. I love it
Oh,
because I love Resident Evil 6 because it's the seventh generation of gaming balled up into one game. It-
yeah. I need to play it. I'm trying to play them all in order, but
yeah.
well, we'll get there.
Yeah, Resident Evil 6 has cover systems, constant shootout.
Oh
Oh
no.
god. It's basically your typical action game released in 2013 or 2012, whichever.
Wow.
Oh, the seventh gen.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah. I've got to see your reaction to half the shit that goes on in Resident Evil 6.
Mhm.
Um, hold on. Which? Uh-oh. Okay. All right. Here's another one that doesn't have to do with Silent Hill or Resident Evil. Are you thinking of branching your symbolism videos to more JRPGs?
Definitely. Playing Final Fantasy X, I've really been examining that game a lot, and I kind of want to do something there. I feel like I don't know that I can do the same style that I did with Silent Hill. I think I'd have to do like Final Fantasy symbolism as a whole series,
Oh
just
yes.
because not that the games don't have a lot of deep symbolism, but it's not as fragmented. Like you've got puzzles, you've got
Yes.
items, you've got it's not Final Fantasy's not designed that way. Um, but I'm working on a tentative first video for Final Fantasy symbolism right now.
Awesome. I can't wait to see it. Uh, one game that I know one Final Fantasy game you'd probably find a lot of symbolism for. It's definitely 10. Isn't 10 your favorite, as you've said in the past, or?
It's my favorite story,
Oh yeah.
and it's definitely the first one I ever played, it's very very dear to my heart. But I really enjoy 12. It's very hard for me
Yeah.
to choose between the two of them.
I'm still trying to play through Final Fantasy 12. And
Oh, so good.
yes, it is. I also noticed that 12 pretty much inspired Dragon Age's gameplay because I played those two back to back just recently. Just
Yeah,
you know,
that makes sense.
yes. And Final Fantasy X, I actually got the game like 7 years after it came out from a friend of mine that was moving away. And he gave it to me because he thought the game sucked.
Aw.
Yes. Next question. Hold on. In the absence of my co-host Terry, who would have been on here today, he asked, "What would you say is a good example of symbolism in the Final Fantasy series?"
Okay, so I'll give a little sneak peek of the video I'm working on right now.
Awesome.
I should have brought my notes up with me, but there's a lot of sort of name symbolism in Final Fantasy. Titus's name is tied to the word Tita from Okinawan Japanese, which is sun.
Yes.
And Yuna and Titus both have symbols in the game, like literal items you get to unlock their ultimate weapons that are a sun and a moon. So they're very clearly tying Titus to being the sun and Yuna to being the moon. And if you watched the stream last night, there's a scene literally where the two of them are standing on a cliff talking to one another, and he's lifting her spirits. And a lot of the time you see the sun behind his shoulder shining over him. A lot of really interesting sort of comparisons where the two of them are kind of given that relationship. And I kind of went back and examined like sun and moon stories are almost always about gods and goddesses.
Yes, they are. I've noticed that quite.
Most cultures the world over though don't write a Hapensei 4.
Yeah.
And I picked up. I was making a delivery from Target and needed like a little more money to put it over, so I got Persona 5.
Yes.
So I now have both of those, and we'll probably stream them at some. Well, 4 is on DS, so I gotta figure that all out. But
Oh yeah.
I'll definitely be doing Persona 5.
Yes, 3DS is very infamous for being difficult to capture. Oh yeah, we're recording right now, but but yeah, 3DS is infamous for being very difficult to capture. One YouTuber I know named Etika, he legit bricked his one of his 3DSs trying to record for it.
Yeah. I hate emulating, but that's the only way I've been able to do it lately.
Yes, I've also been emulating as well with the 3DS. For what are other JRPGs are you thinking of getting into?
Outside the Final Fantasy series, let's see what I got here. Definitely some more Kingdom Hearts, because I started those a while back and never got to finish them. I also have some Tales of games that I never I've watched other people play them and I've never played them myself, and I'd like to try them. Especially because Tales of Xillia literally has a character who is a goddess. So yes. I'm like, I need to play this. I want to see more of this.
Yes, I actually have I'm in the same camp as you. I've seen Tales of gameplay. I actually have a few of the games that are on my shelf collecting dust right now. I've got hold on, let me go over to my shelf. Let's see, I got Tales of Zestiria, which in my Discord server, people some people have said that it's not really a good Tales game.
Yeah, I've heard mixed things. I have that one on my PC.
I've got Tales of Berseria, which I got it at the recommendation of my friend. Oh yeah, by the way, this would have been the part where my co-host would have gone crazy because he's a huge Tales fan.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I on my PS3 I have just Tales of Exilia. I don't know how you say that name. And at my GameStop we got Tales of Graces F.
Ooh,
Yes.
those
Uh,
I think.
I also and on my PSP it sits unplayed. I have Tales of the World. What's it called? Radiant Mythology.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, none of them have been played ever.
I have that problem. I've collected a couple of games over the years that I haven't played yet.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's my issue with my backlog. For example, I bought Deus Ex Mankind Divided because it was $9.99 at the time, and it hasn't been touched. I am.
I do that. I buy games because they're on sale or because they're rare. Like I have a bunch of like black label rare horror and JRPG games for PS2 that I've just kind of collected, and I should bother to play them.
Yeah, some of these games I'm thinking of just selling because they're just some of them are just not going to be played.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, one JRPG I do recommend is the Atelier series.
I've been thinking of getting that because I know it's a lot of crafting, and I'm
Yes.
really into crafting games. Like that is my shit.
Another crafting game you'll love is Horizon Zero Dawn because that game is revolved
Oh,
around
yeah.
crafting, and you'd have fun doing symbolism on it because of the main character and the culture within the world. It's this kind of Native American esque culture in the
Mhm.
in the midst of the post apocalypse.
I've seen half the game because, funny enough, I had a friend who came over. She's still in college and she came home for winter break. And this was like a game she had pre ordered, and she doesn't own a PS4. So she just came and camped out at my house and played the game at my house. So I
Oh
got to see
yeah,
about half of it. It looks really cool.
yes, I love it. I love the world building as well, and I remember I was DMing a friend of mine, and he said it reminded him of Avatar: The Last Airbender for some reason. I don't know why it
Yeah.
did.
They're kind of both like a society rebuilt in the end times, kind of. Like, I don't know
Yes,
that Avatar is legit after an apocalypse, but it kind of feels that way.
it does at times. Uh, um, Other games I've been playing, I've also been trying to replay the Devil May Cry games as well. Funny story about Devil May Cry. So it was a Sunday morning, and my mom had walked into my room while I was sleeping just to check on me. And then when I wake up, I remember I was playing Devil May Cry 3 last night, and I find that the box is flipped over
No.
because they were going to church that morning.
Wow. Oh man.
Oh man.
I once played the Sim City game for PS1 like into the wee hours of the morning. I was having a crazy fun time playing Sim City, and I fell asleep without realizing it. That kind of thing where you blink and you open your eyes and you're awake.
Yes.
And my game had not paused, and my Sim City was on fire. Most of it
Oh
was
my god.
tornadoed. Aliens had come and attacked. Like things were not good for the city.
Oh man. Oh yeah, that's called micro sleep.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I actually learned that from of all places a driver's ed class, but like I've never touched a SimCity game. I've seen commercials for it back in the mid 2000s, but I've never played it, sadly.
It used to be my like I would play that all the time. Nowadays, I don't know. I don't get much into it, but
Um,
it was fun.
I've also got The Sims 3 with me as well, and I don't know what to say about that. I remember I do have one memory of The Sims. Back in 2005, my sisters got The Sims 2 for PlayStation 2 as a Christmas gift, and they were playing it constantly, and I created my own family and stuff. And then months later, my parents find me speaking Simlish.
Ha! That's funny.
And because of that, I was actually banned from ever playing it.
Wow.
Modern problems require modern solutions.
Yeah. I just re-downloaded The Sims 3 to my PC since I've upgraded it and got a little more room. And I don't know. I feel like it's so much fun to play and mess around with, and I don't know what to do with it. And I was like, maybe I could just create the Silent Hill people in this town and then just let them fuck each other up.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, Heather Mason's hairstyle is in the game. I forget.
Guys, I was kind of looking to see if I could create. I was like, none of these clothes work. If I do this, I'm gonna have to mod the crap out of this.
Oh god, James's army jacket.
Well, I wonder if that website. I used to be. I played the game from Silent Hill, from Sims 2, and I remember Mod the Sims was the website that everybody used.
I also have Chrome open.
Here.
Oh yeah, I also have Chrome open for the podcast just in case we need to look. What was it called? Mod the Sims.
Yes. I wonder how new the newest.
Oh god.
Posting mods. I wonder if this is for like Sims 4, or are they still modding like the OG Sims?
Hold on, I pulled up the website. Oh, it still works. Okay. I don't know what it is, but the website kind of looks like it was made in 2009.
Yes, probably because it was and it is the same. It is the same as when I used to use it.
Oh man. The JRPGs I'm currently trying to play are Ni no Kuni 2, which is a really good game. Not only that, but it's one of those anime genres where the dude gets transported from his world to another world. I don't forget what it's called. You play as the president of the United States, and he gets transported to this fantasy world.
Really? You're the president?
Yes.
Wow, I didn't know that part.
Yeah.
I know it's the Miyazaki game. Like they drew it, right? That's all I know about it.
Yeah. It's got a cutesy art style too. It looks like something off of a Saturday morning cartoon. That's one thing I really love about it.
I like that kind of art style. It's cute.
Yes. Even though it's not a JRPG or it's debatably an RPG, I'm also playing through Assassin's Creed Origins and Odyssey.
Oh, Origins is so good. I got to play test Origins.
Yes, I get to play as my ancestors. Legit.
Yeah. Honestly, that is like everybody loved Ezio, and in Italy was very pretty. But 3 games of Italy kind of got boring.
Yes.
And then a lot of the other places they went, it was like, I don't care. But who doesn't grow up as a kid wanting to explore the pyramids, right?
I know.
This is my childhood. The first thing I did when I could get out there was like, I am climbing that pyramid and I'm sliding down it.
I said the same thing when I saw the trailers for it.
Yeah.
When I first got Assassin's Creed,
better.
When I got Assassin's Creed Origins back during Black Friday last year, first thing I did, I went on Spotify. You know how you have the Spotify option on PS4? I went on Spotify. I typed in this song and added it to my playlist. Guess what it is? Walk Like an Egyptian by the Bangles.
Of course, obviously. Oh man!
And I'm playing this song as I'm cutting down enemies too. This bright, cutesy song.
It's such a good game. I should finish playing it.
Yeah, I need to put more hours into it. In Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I chose Cassandra because this is going to sound stupid. I chose Cassandra because she's cute.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you?
Yes.
Man, I haven't played that one, but I've heard.
Oh no. My software crashed, didn't it? Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, am I good? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. OBS was again. OBS was having issues. It didn't want to record.
Yeah. It wanted to take a nap.
Yes. Other games that I'm playing. I also I'm revisiting Resident Evil 5. As a matter of fact, I spent the past 2 days capturing footage for it for this podcast, just so it could be background footage.
Oh, nice.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I'm sorry. Every time I think of Resident Evil 5, but I always think of Chris just punching the boulder like he's chucking.
Yes. The punch boulders.
Yo.
Literally, we all know this.
Oh god. As a matter of fact, you won't believe how I discovered Resident Evil 5. So in 2000, remember that GamePro magazine I had with Silent Hill Homecoming? Mm-hmm. They were showing off Resident Evil 5 in it, and I thought Sheva looked really hot, so I actually wrote in pen, hot girl, point with arrows pointing at Sheva.
That's hilarious. Oh my god.
Yes. God,
I just love that, like both characters are very attractive.
they are.
Obviously, they want to make their heroes for this goofy action game attractive.
Yeah,
But like Sheva looks like a human, and Chris looks like a beef man.
he does. Like,
They do between the other games.
Chris looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger. No, he's built like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes, he looks like he's been eating boulders.
Yes.
Punching them and then eating them.
I was also gonna try to get in my editing software and edit a video of Chris punching the boulder and mixing it up with the sounds from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yes, that's a very JoJo moment.
Yeah. I was also a friend of mine were joking about how it would be funny if Dio got into Assassin's Creed Origins because he's hiding out in Egypt by part 3. That's funny.
Oh man.
Yeah.
You thought it was the evil cult that killed your son, but it was me, Dio.
'Twas I, Dio. I'm also an expiring. I said expiring. Good lord, that's dark.
Oh no! Don't expire.
Good lord, that's dark. I'm also aspiring to be a voice actor, and that's going well.
Nice, awesome.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm constantly looking at my my shelf just to see what else I could talk about. Dark Souls. Have you played Dark Souls?
I have tried to play Bloodborne. I don't think I ever tried Dark Souls. And I am so, like, if you've ever watched me stream, I'm not technically what they would call good at video games.
Oh, man.
And Bloodborne is even harder. I am not good at the, like, oh no.
Oh,
so
man,
bad.
Bloodborne. I remember someone called it Dark Souls if it were designed by people at Hot Topic.
Basically.
Yeah. Dark Souls.
Which I've gotten a lot of requests to play Bloodborne, and I'm sure it's because of that. Because it's a horror game, basically.
Yes, it's if the name wasn't enough to tell you, it's a bit revolved around blood.
Mm-hmm.
And vampires and
yeah.
And this cute doll that you get to talk to in the hub world.
But you can also kill for money because it's that kind of game.
I also remember, I don't know if you know who DSP is, but in the first hour of Dark Souls 1, he legit killed the knight that saved him at the start of the game. And then... Yo...
Oh, no.
And if you do kill him, I forgot how many souls you get, but I think you get a few hundred souls.
Ow. Oh, man.
So one game series I've been playing, this is really hilarious. I've been playing the campaign of the Battlefield games, and good lord, it's hilariously bad.
Is that Battlefield it's just an army game, right?
Yes, but Battlefield Hardline is it's supposed to be like this cop show, and it presents itself so horribly that it's just comedic.
Oh, wow. I did not even know there was like a cop option in Battlefield games.
Yep, so Battlefield Hardline, you get to play as both either the cops or robbers online. And single player, you just play as this cop dude, and I can't speak today. He becomes a criminal.
Okay.
I don't know why. Battlefield 1,
Alright,
I haven't even touched yet. As a matter of fact, I got Battlefield 1 on a sale, I think. Oh, no, now I remember where I got Battlefield 1. I got it from this sketchy pawn shop in Washington, D.C. for like $5.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've bought half of my crap from sketchy pawn shops, including my PSP.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. And
yeah, it was like $10 and it didn't have a battery, and then I just ordered a battery online.
Yep. And I also remember someone in the reviews of this one PSP battery saying that it gave it a 1 star, and he said, quote, "It caught fire and it burnt my laundry."
Oh my god,
yeah.
That's amazing.
If someone could find the battery, someone could find the review for the battery, please do.
That is great. Why was it in his laundry, though?
I think he left it in his pocket or something.
Okay, so okay, there's some there's some error on your part, sir. I'm still not saying the battery should catch fire, but you did let it go through the laundry.
Whether or not it really did catch fire is another debate on its own, but still.
Yeah. Yeah. That's very interesting.
Let's talk, I'm doing a drum roll, hold on. Let's talk Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah. Kingdom Hearts. I don't even know where to start on this conversation.
Awesome it is.
Yes, it's very amazing. I did play through Kingdom Hearts 3. I one of these days I'm going to stream myself on critical mode because I'd seen a Twitter video. Yeah, I'd seen a Twitter video where some the you remember in Hercules World where you have these army of Heartless lining up for you.
Hmm?
So those guys kill you in one hit in critical mode.
Wow. See, Kingdom Hearts is the only game series I would call myself good at, and I've beaten all of them on critical mode. So I really am excited to play this one on critical mode. I haven't beaten Kingdom Hearts 3 yet,
Yeah,
but
I'm actually scared.
I want to restart it.
I know.
Yeah, I've heard it's super tough.
Yes, I'm scared to play any Kingdom Hearts game on critical mode because I've beaten.
Oh yeah.
Because recently I just
It can
beaten.
be rough.
Yeah, I've beaten Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix on critical mode. Good lord. I
I beat Kingdom Hearts 1. I beat it with a couple of things to try and get a bunch of different trophies they had. You have to beat it in 15 hours with no keyboard, no keyblade changes,
Sorry.
no game. When you get a game over screen, you can't hit continue.
Oh.
And you can't equip any accessories. I did all of those on critical mode at the same time.
That's brutal.
I was pretty proud of that one.
I did play through Kingdom Hearts 1 on on proud mode, and I've got to say I'm pretty proud of myself.
Yeah.
I just needed an
I
excuse
mean, they can be tough.
Yes, they can be. What was the dude's name? He was all right. He was this black demon. He was coming out of a volcano. He was in the final world. Chernobog, yeah. I had the most trouble with him on proud mode.
He's tough.
Yeah.
That guy is rough even on normal mode.
Yeah. What other king? Look, hold on. Let me get the box for it. Hold on. Oh God. Sorry, I don't remember the names of the games that well, so I have to like refresh my memory by looking at the boxes.
Fine.
Yeah. Rechain of Memories. That wasn't my favorite, mostly because of the card system.
I don't think it was anyone's favorite.
Yeah.
I have it on Game Boy Advance, and I feel like that's the only way that makes it playable because there's something really like charming about the sprites.
Yes.
But when you upgrade that to like 3D with voice acting and stuff, it's like I expect better of you, video game.
I know. And the gameplay was what took me out of it. Like,
yeah, nobody liked the card. Like, I get that Yu-Gi-Oh is popular and everyone's making card video games, but this is bad.
Oh yeah, want to know what ages Kingdom Hearts 2?
What?
This is how you know the game was made in 2005. There's in Twilight Town you can skateboard freely.
Yes. That is very, like, that's the funny thing. Square Enix dates its games so much.
Because in 2005...
Like, you know that Final Fantasy...
Go ahead.
X-2 has the pop singing and stuff. Like, this is so obviously early 2000s.
Yes, I remember growing up, all my sisters had, like, so many pop CDs, like Beyonce and stuff, strewn about their room.
Beyonce, Yuna...
As a matter of fact, during Yuna's concert, I don't know what it was. I wasn't even tired at the time, but I legit fell asleep at Yuna's concert at the start of the game. Is her singing that good?
No, no. I think the Japanese singing is better. I think that it's mostly because like Japanese pop has really like their language itself can kind of pop, you know, like but then when you translate that to English, like half the Japanese pop songs translated to English are like, let's go, have fun, do stuff. And it's just so not fun to listen to.
Yeah.
It's not.
There's one Japanese American rapper I listen to. His name is Lotus Juice, and he makes the rap songs for Persona 3. Yeah. Just recently he did a concert to promote the new Persona games coming out. And during the live stream, it was supposed to be Japan only. He was like, I would like to thank my fans in America watching this.
Oh man.
I love when they do that. So we had to jump
because the Utada who does the music for Kingdom Hearts, the sound, she does a lot of really good pop. Like I got to her through Kingdom Hearts, but I love all her music now.
You said you said you have one of her CDs.
I have, oh man, which one? One of the older ones from like 2000.
um. Hold on. Who was it? Oh God, I forgot their name. I forgot what I was about to say. I'm looking at the box right now. Birth by Sleep. I actually love that game pretty much.
Yes, it's a really good game.
Yes, it is. One YouTuber I know, his name is Frustrated Jacob. He taught us how to cheat in the game with by mending all of the move sets and stuff. And
And the fact that, like, if you level up and learn the move that lets you get EXP just for walking, the game is broken. The game is broken at that point.
XP for walking. Hey, they might as well pay. Hey,
Literally, I think it's literally called EXP Walker or something. And you can just whoop level 99.
Shin Megami Tensei 4 had an ability similar to that, except you gain back your magic points just by walking around the dungeons.
Oh, that is very good. I want that too.
Because let me tell you, if you're getting into the Megami Tensei games, you're gonna have it's tough.
That's what I've heard. I might start with Persona just because I feel like Persona 5 is a good walk-in point.
Yes, me too. As a longtime fan of the franchise, I agree that it's a good starting point. And if you're getting into the Shin Megami Tensei games, I recommend starting off with Megami Tensei 4, which you have.
So it works out.
Yes.
I actually, like I said, I collect, especially like video game RPG stuff, and I happened to get my hands on the collector's edition of Shin Megami Tensei 4. So I have like the soundtrack and the guidebook and all this crap, and I'm like, I haven't even played this.
I know. Shin Megami Tensei 4 soundtrack has a very 1980s cyberpunk sound to it, which is really, really lovely.
It's awesome.
Yes, and Isabo is like is the cutest character ever. Yeah, she's the Chinese girl on the box art of the game, I think. Well, I don't even know if she's on the box art because when I got Shin Megami Tensei 4, you know how GameStop gives you the generic box?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
man.
hate that.
Yeah.
I've bought one game that way because it was super rare. It was Chocobo Dungeon for the Wii U. And I literally went and printed out the cover and put it on it because it just bugged me that it didn't have anything.
I know. Oh, GameStop.
Yeah. And okay, I get it if it's the DS. A lot of people throw those cases away and just hang on to the thing. Who throws a CD case away?
Matter of fact, on the topic of the CD cases, so in 2014, my brother and I, we went out to GameStop with my dad, and he got Modern Warfare 3. I got Batman Arkham Asylum. Look, the Modern Warfare 3 box had a giant-ass coffee ring on it.
Oh my god.
Someone literally...
Why?
Yeah, I mean, someone literally used it as a coaster.
Oh my god. You could set it on top of the table and it might be cheaper than the game. Like, I have a $10 table from Walmart right here. That is cheaper. I would rather put the coffee...
I'm using my entire dresser as my little desktop right here. And... oh my god.
I don't get people, especially at GameStop. I do not get people and how they treat games.
And speaking of GameStop, I'm actually going to be sad when GameStop just gets Thanos completely because that's the in this town that's the only game store I have I could go to for pretty good deals. Not only that, but it will be the last ever mainstream store dedicated completely to gaming.
It's going to be the same thing with Barnes & Noble, because Barnes & Noble's both of them are going towards an inevitable crash.
Yes.
And you're going to, they're both corporate, blah, blah, whatever, but that was, how a lot of us got our books and got our games,
Yes.
They were everywhere.
I know. I was really sad when this I was really sad when this Barnes & Noble near my dad's apartment, it closed down and then it got replaced with this fashion place. I don't even know the name of it. It's in Bethesda, Maryland.
Yeah, we have 2 left, I think.
Oh,
but
man.
Yeah, most of the stuff around here is gone.
And the one the one where my dad is in Washington D.C. Good luck getting there. You've got to take several trains to get to it.
I drove in Washington, D.C. once when I worked the convention circuit for, what was that called? AwesomeCon, maybe?
Oh. Wait, Otakon?
D.C. again.
Wait, hold on. You went to Otakon?
That's the one in Boston, I think.
Boston.
Was it called? Yeah, this one was in DC. It's probably the biggest, awesome con.
Oh, awesome.
And yeah, it was nuts.
Yeah.
Oh man. I mean, I come from a capital city, but what is considered a large city for the South is nothing once you get to places like Boston and DC.
Yes, where my dad lives in DC, it's a really huge. You know that level, the world where that level from Kingdom Hearts 2, the world that never was. That's what Washington DC looks like compared to this town in, in Virginia.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, we border each other. Hold on. What do you think of? Look at that! I'm dropping stuff everywhere. What do you think of the of Dream Drop Distance?
Have mixed feelings because it's fun to play. I really have fun playing with it, and I think there's some really cool things in it. But it definitely feels like they only made it to postpone longer to Kingdom Hearts 3. The stuff it added to the plot wasn't like we didn't need a lot of the things that it did.
You're right, and I feel I share your sentiment, but for a more different reason. I really feel like they made it because they wanted to get some money to capitalize off the 3DS by using the 3D technology.
Yes, and the Pokemoning of Kingdom Hearts, for sure.
Yeah, because X and Y was out at the time, right? Or no, it was released in...
Oh, yeah. It came very shortly after that whole, like, Pokemon and Atsumi, whatever, pet the Pokemon and it loves you. And, I mean, it's super fun, and I love that aspect of it. But plot-wise, it just wasn't necessary. It wasn't. And they should have made it just, like... It should have just been, like, a tie-in adventure, you know?
Yeah, yes.
A lot of my issues with Kingdom Hearts, it's been around for so long now, it creates its own tropes, sort of. And Dream Drop Distance invented this, and it drives me insane. And it's the thing where the character is on their adventure, doing what they're going to do, and for the bad guy to be around right now.
Yeah.
But the narrative doesn't want you to forget the bad guy and the fact that they're important. And specifically in Dream Drop Distance, they were trying to remind you, oh, hey, Ansem's still around. Xemnas is still around. So the bad guys will just show up and say, hello. I am still here. And then they'll go away.
Oh, wait, didn't he time travel?
Parts 3, too. They just show up and they don't do anything and they talk to you and then they leave. And it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Because Vanitas did that in the monster. Vanitas did that. Oh, wait, did I spoil it?
Oh, no, I've been through about up till Frozen World, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're also way past the point.
In almost freaking every level of Kingdom Hearts 3. Larxene does it in the Frozen World. They literally don't do anything. They're just like, hey, don't forget, there's bad guys and we're doing stuff.
Oh, man. What were they called? The New Organization?
And it's just because, like, Nomura can write relationships between, like, he can write good characters and good relationships between them, unless they're romantic. He can't do that.
Oh, no.
But he cannot do overarching plot. Like, the way his plots work, you know, I mean, like, the Kingdom Hearts has a really good story, but when it comes to connecting the overarching plot... His idea of how to do it is like, okay, these guys are going to come and... It's Shakespearean almost. Yes. These guys just come out and they monologue at you and then they leave.
Yeah, Vanitas did that.
We enjoy the stories, but yeah.
Yeah, he did that in the Monsters, Inc. world where he just like, yo, what's up, dude? I'm just going to throw some Unversed out. And then he just leaves. He just dips.
Well, no, he doesn't leave. Sully throws him out a door.
Oh, yeah!
It's the funniest thing. I loved it.
Oh, yeah!
That was fantastic.
Ooh. And I said 2.8. The 0.2. What were your thoughts on that?
That was honestly one of my favorite, like in part of its strength was it was contained. It was about this one character's adventure in this one world. Like, when it's contained like that, he can do a good job. Like, the individual worlds I have a lot of fun with, and Aqua is such a great character. And that whole story, there was a good article online about how it's a very good metaphor for depression.
Yes, very.
And it's It's so good. That is one of my favorite pieces of Kingdom Hearts, like,
My-
gameplay and everything.
I'd have to agree. And Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, I actually played a little bit of that in 2017. I just deleted the game just an hour after I got done playing it.
You want to know the honest truth?
What?
It's still installed on my phone, and I think I'm level, like, 200 something.
Oh. Yeah,
I played most of this game.
I actually
like, oops,
Oh,
here, let
man.
me turn down the volume here.
I actually
What level
deleted
am
it for for two reasons. I deleted it, one, because I got bored of it, and two,
Mhm.
I have a Samsung Galaxy S7. For some reason, games on this phone will overheat like crazy. Will make
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I'm very bad at games that let me, like, bad as in I'm addicted to games that let me collect things and games that let me customize things. So the fact that I could make my own little avatar and collect these medals, I would, like, every once in a while I would just go in and do that, and then I'd be like, okay, I'm bored, and I would leave. Because it's not what I would call a good game, but it is a game for sure. You can
Yes.
play it, and what it adds to the plot is nonsense garbage.
Yes.
Freaking, I don't know how much you know. Like, I kind of tangentially know because I've played it on and off, and people online will talk about it.
Yeah.
But, like, now Ventus and Larxene are like time travelers or something, and they're from the past, and it's insane.
Yeah.
And I wish Nomura would stop it.
Please. What was that Michael Jordan thing? Stop it. Get some help.
Whereas the Final Fantasy phone game is actually very good.
Brave Exvius, my friend Jeremiah in high school, he played that a lot during class. And
Yeah, I've played that one a little, and I've played, what's the other one? Record Keeper.
Record Keeper.
Desetia one is, excuse me, the new Desetia one's my favorite because you can basically, at this point, they've included like half the cast of most of the games. So
Yes.
I have a team of like Yuna, Kuja, and Fran or something.
Oh.
Or no, I don't think Fran's in the game yet. I think it was Balthier, and it's amazing.
I actually played the game.
Oh my god, I am level.
I actually wanted to play the game because I wanted
I
to
have
get
to.
my
I have
dream
to share
team.
my shame.
Hey, no shame in what you enjoy. You know, all power to you.
I'm level 299 in this Kingdom Hearts phone game. God.
Yeah, I wanted to play the game, what was it, Opera Omnia? I wanted to play it, but I can't because, again, my phone will overheat and probably catch fire.
That one's actually a really good one.
Yeah.
I really like that one.
Yeah, well, it won't catch fire,
Which-
yeah.
I'll put it in the laundry, it'll catch fire.
I was just about to segue into that joke. Well, I wanted to play it mostly because it had my girl Lightning because she's really, really cute.
Yeah.
And Squall. I don't care what anyone says. I will die on this hill. Okay? Final Fantasy VIII is one of the best Final Fantasy games ever.
Yes. Honestly, yes. And I think my main weakness or my main flaw with it was I felt like the world building was a little weak, but that's because they really just focused so much in on the character building and it's so good. And it is one of the best teenage coming of age stories that I've ever seen.
Yeah, Squall,
it's so good.
Yeah, Squall was a child of war. As a matter of fact, he was a child soldier, I think. And
he was an orphan and a child soldier. Tick mark all the trauma boxes.
Yeah. Oh man! And the reason we're likely not going to get Final Fantasy VIII ported to the PS4 is because I actually knew this like back when I played it in middle school, but back in the '90s, Japanese developers would throw away their codes like it would just because because keeping these codes in servers would cost money and build up over time. So yeah.
What I heard was they stuck it in a box and then they put that box in a safe and then they chained the safe up and then they threw it in the ocean.
Yo!
Because that's how much they hate me and Final Fantasy VIII. Okay. The poor unloved stepchild, the only one that hasn't gotten a single remake or port at all.
I'm gonna put a bounty out. If anyone that's anywhere near the Pacific Ocean, I don't know if you're near California or Hawaii. If you're on or near the Pacific Ocean, please find
Final Fantasy VIII. It's there somewhere. I know it.
I will PayPal you $200.
Right?
Watch how someone does find it, and I've got to PayPal like what's left in my bank account.
It'll be E3 this year. They'll finally be like, "We found Final Fantasy VIII. It's back."
Yeah, this reminds me that story reminds me of the Atari story where ET was so bad they buried it in a landfill in New
Yeah.
Mexico.
Hilarious.
Whew.
Crazy stuff back in the beginning of this
Whew.
crazy industry.
I know.
I remember reading about, I don't remember what the company was, but there was literally a company where like people would be skateboarding and smoking weed
Oh man,
on their break. They weren't even like really making games. They were just fucking around.
That's Washington D.C. in a nutshell with the skateboarding and the smoking weed. It really is. Oh, wait. Hold on. Oh, hold on. What else? I'm trying to keep the conversation going. Whew.
We're probably gonna have to call it in about 10 minutes, I think.
Awesome.
If you have a couple like big ones you want to.
I think I'm good for now, but it was really awesome having you on, Muse.
Thank you. I had fun.
Yes, me too. Talking about my unloved child, Final Fantasy VIII.
Right?
Yes. I think Square's going to remake it because since they lost the code, like
honestly, I feel like they might, because at this point they've remade 4 on the DS, they've remade 3 on the DS, they've ported 1 and 2 a couple times, they remade 1. I mean, at this point they've almost ported and remade every single one of them.
Yes.
And now they're doing 7. I think after 7 is done, I wouldn't be surprised if 8 was next on the list.
Oh yeah, you get to watch Aerith die in HD.
Hey!
That I'm gonna cry.
Real.
Yes.
Man.
But some of
here, I'm gonna bet that people are saying, "Oh, there's gonna be DLC. She can come back." No, that's not gonna happen. But what is gonna happen is they're gonna do like Advent Children, and she's gonna be a ghost in the rest of the movie, just showing up in people's dreams, like, "Hello."
As a matter of fact, when Final Fantasy VII came out, I wasn't born when this was happening, but when people got to Aerith's death, people were sharing on forums in the late 90s, "Hey, is there a way I can keep Aerith from dying?"
Oh, that's crazy.
Yes. Oh,
wow.
I think that about does it for now. But thank you very much for having for being on here. I'll leave a link to your channel and your Discord in the description.
Awesome, thank you.
Yes.
And thanks for having me.
Thank you very much. Yes, so ladies and gentlemen, that was the lovely lady, the Gaming Muse.